Hello folks, welcome back to the Dark Hollow Garage. This past Sunday I went bass fishing with a guy I used to work with back, and we had a great day, and I really appreciated him inviting me along on his bass boat. Now that caused me to look into my old gear, okay, and my favorite pole had an eye broken off of it, and a couple of the eyes are missing the ceramics. So, you know, typical thing. I dive into YouTube real quick and I start watching some videos. I've never done this before. So, before we can even do the rod, I've got to build a stand. So, I've already built the stand to fix this rod. It's a special rod to me. It's from the 90s, the early 90s. And when I used to go fishing with a guy named Jack Mitchell, who taught me so much back then. Unfortunately, he's gone. He's not with us anymore. But me and Becca had some fun, and come on, I'll quit yapping. Let's go look at the stand I built to repair the fishing rod. Come on. Let me show you what pole. It's a Bill Dance high, what does that say? Modulus graphite quantum Bill Dance series. And this is from the early 90s, and it's a Pro Contour. What else does it say on there? It says Quantum, Pro Contour, Power Leverage Design. And what it is, look at the way the handle is on it. There's where the reel goes. See how it curves over? So it curves over to kind of fit your hand better. Man, I tell you, when you're out fishing, I love that. So, let me show you the stand I built for this, because this rod's got to come back to life. This is a stand that I built. The lighting isn't the greatest, but it has a bungee cord that goes around and holds it in place. I put in some old pair of jeans that I cut so that the wood wasn't rubbing on my rod. Okay. I made this for the thread. When we go up to do, you know, we can spin the rod, right? And then the thread bobbin here, it is spring loaded, so it turns kind of tight so that it doesn't unwind when I start doing what I'm doing up here on the rod. So I built this stand. Took me a little while this morning out of some old wood I had laying around. And we're going to start fixing this rod. Now let me show you the kit. So we have this kit with the new eyelets and stuff. It's, you know, pretty run-of-the-mill kit as far as kits go, but I got it off of Amazon. Fishing Rod Guide Repair Kit. What's that? Aventic? Yeah, Aventic. And it comes with all the different various size eyelets. Right? Now, on the rod itself, it's missing a couple other pieces. I might do the tip. I'm not sure yet because, let's see, can I get it? This eyelet here is missing the ceramic inside. This is the one that broke off that I'm going to replace. And then up the rod a ways, we have this tip here that's missing the ceramic also. It's not focusing in. So the kit comes with the epoxy, the sandpaper, the little brushes, and a pair of scissors, and some instructions. We've never done this before, so this will be interesting. In the instructions, since we've never done this before, we had to read the instructions. It says to heat the epoxy with a lighter, and we've got this little torch here. We're going to heat it up with a little bit. Then it says to take a razor blade, which we have one here. and cut next to the old guide. And that epoxy will peel right off. Alright, let me work on this for a few minutes. Now I wrapped some tape around it, and I've got the surface sanded with the supplied sandpaper right here. We're getting ready to do some threading on it. I don't know if the camera will zoom in on this, but the tip of the eyelet there, no, it's not going to zoom in. It's already filed down to be a smooth transition in the thread. Alright, let's see what we can do with getting this eyelet set in place. So I want to put it on. I'm going to slide a rod through here, a threaded rod. I don't know if this is the right way to do it, but I want to get this lined up. And sitting on there. Kind of like so. What do you think? Can you see that? There we go. That's the way I was thinking I'd get it lined up to start out with. Alright, hang on a second. I gotta tape it. We'll be right back. Alright, we've got our thread started on here. Just a little bit right in there. We've got it run over and back over this portion of the string, which we'll get a few more wraps on and we'll snip that off and we'll start working towards the eyelet. Okay, now we're going to trim off this excess string right here. Very carefully, we don't want to nick. There we go. We don't want to nick the rod. Burnish it a little bit. And we'll just keep right on rolling that string onto there. Pull it back. Just keep rolling it on there. Pull it back. Alright, I'll keep on going. Alright, we're starting to come up on the very edge of the eyelet there. Keep on rolling. Burnish it back. Keep the threads nice and tight. Keep them together. Be pulling that tape out of there pretty soon. Just keep going. Alright, now it's time to remove the tape. Okay, we've come up to the end of the eyelet, and if you see this right here, see, this right here is our pull-through string we looped, and it is in behind there, right there, that little bit of thread. So we will cut off our line, bring it through that, and then we'll pull it out. Hang on, let me get set up for that. Alright, I'm holding the thread with my finger so it doesn't unravel. And put this thread through that eyelet. And we're going to pull the eyelet. And it pulls the thread through. And locks it in place right there. See it? Now we got to snip that off. And that's what our thread looks like. All set up on there. Oops. That's what our thread looks like. It's about ready for epoxy. Not too bad for my first time ever trying to do this. And I'm keeping spring tension on the thread bobbin with that spring right there, so it won't let the bobbin just run away. Okay, we've started on the other side now. We'll just keep turning it and adding thread to it, keeping it tight. Long process. Long process, folks. Alright, folks, there's our thread. It's all wound around, holding the eye on. That's that on the thread. Tell you what, if you're not a patient person, don't even try to do this. Woo! That's not bad for my first time. Okay, let's get on to some epoxy. Well, here's our epoxy. Part A and Part B, 1-to-1 mix. Says quick drying on it, but it also says 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes. Jeez. Still surface dry. Now, we're not going to need much at all, so that 5 milliliters or whatever, I'm going to go 2.5 and then to the 5 mark. Alright, let's get it mixed up. Alright. Time for some epoxy. I don't know, it ain't looking too bad, I guess, for my first time ever doing it. Looks like it's got plenty of coverage on it as far as the epoxy goes. I don't see any dry spots. Alright, so now I got to sit here and spin this for 5 minutes. I guess I'll turn on the timer and I'll be back. I don't know how well the camera's picking that up, but I can see the graphite in the rod. I've got lights on it, but she's pretty smooth for being the first time I've ever done one of these. See the graphite in the rod over in here? I've been spinning it for about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes now. And I did put a lighter underneath it just to warm it up a little bit. That's what it said to do. I think she's going to turn out alright. Alright, no more boring you with spinning the rod to even out the epoxy. Alright folks, what'd you think of that? It's not too bad, huh? It's a little time consuming. There's a lot of time off camera. But it came out pretty good for my first time ever trying this in my 62 years of being alive. So, but I wanted to bring that rod back to life because that was the one I used in the early 90s, bass fishing with Jack Mitchell down in Florida. A lot of bass got caught on that pole. A lot of fun was had. And, you know, Beck taking me out on the bass boat kind of rekindled that a little bit, I guess you'd say. We had a great day, and I need a couple different rods, and this one needs to come back to life. So I'm going to do the eyelets because I ordered some eyelets so I don't have to do that whole thing. They just glue in the porcelain, I guess it is, on the eyelets because that's all it's missing on 2 of them. So, all right, folks. Well, thanks for coming in and hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. I do. And we'll catch you next time.